Hello and welcome to the TSAG podcast. This week we have myself as host, Professor Tinker. You don't have any Fat Yeti this week. He's away doing his own business. We have Mr. Fish, who is a fellow SAG.
Hey, everybody.
We have Champ Chunk, who is a Chump.
Thanks, Tinker.
Champ
Really
Chump,
got this.
who is a
Best podcast ever.
Yay!
Richard, we need you.
And we have Riot. He
Hello.
likes horses.
No. Just of the cartoon variety. Let's just go with that.
Yes, we'll just stick with that. Right. So what is the first topic of the day?
Oh, there's so many to choose from.
Your unusually British accent as you introduce them.
Unusually British accent. What do you mean
got
unusually
even-
British?
No, but it just got even more British as you introduce everyone.
It happens.
Let's talk about Elder Scrolls because there's so much
Oh,
to
yeah.
talk about.
Okay, Elder Scrolls Online.
There is so much. Basically, the early access started today at 12 or at noon in GMT. So would have been really early this morning in Pacific and really late in the evening in Australia. So yeah, I don't know what else to say because I haven't actually gotten access to the game yet. It's only at 19% in downloading. Yeah.
I feel really sorry for Australia in a way, because whenever it comes to any game, they're so out of the way. Like, whether you're in America or England, like, English people can sort of connect to American servers, and American people can sort of connect to English servers, but an Australian server? Hell no!
Oh yeah, just
No. On top of that, Australia has like that crazy ratings board where they don't let anything through. You guys
Yeah.
remember the Saints Row 4 scandal?
Yeah, I
There's all
remember that.
The game Australia didn't want you to play on their advertisement.
But it was so
and then South Park: The Stick of Truth got censored with crying koalas. That was brilliant. That was brilliant.
Well, South Park got censored everywhere. To
Well,
be
you're playing
fair,
on PC, but
yeah, unless you're playing on
we
PC.
won't go into that yet.
Yeah, but no Nazi armbands for Germany or Austria as well, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Mm.
pretty sure. There's also... Wait, is that everything we're doing for the Elder Scrolls Online? Because I was pretty sure.
Oh hell no! Who's actually paying for it? Because I know Riot said he's getting it.
That's because I was given a free copy. But,
Yeah, you're one of the lucky ones. The rest of us serfs
I
have to
am.
pay $15 a month for this game.
I would get it,
Well-
but it's the monthly subscription that puts me off.
See, the thing is, it's like an MMO isn't designed to be a game that you're going to finish in the course of a week. It's like how many people have spent, well, don't want to say wasted, but they've spent quite a bit of time in WoW because it's an MMO and that's
I
what
think
it's
we can
supposed
say
to be.
wasted. I think it's fair to say
Well-
wasted.
I agree
Yeah.
wholeheartedly.
Hang on, don't interfere with my sales pitch here.
Okay, sorry, go right ahead,
No,
Mr. Zenimax.
yeah. No, but it's like you're paying $15 a month because they're planning to add more content every month, kind of. So I don't know what they're planning on adding, but as far as I'm aware, they've stuff planned, and it's
So
gonna be
sort
awesome.
of like an alternate DLC model.
But like that's kind of the model for any MMO that you'd subscribe to. It's the model that WoW had, and it's what Star Wars: The Old Republic had too, until they went free to play.
I suppose. But see, I know about MMOs, but it's not something I've ever really gotten into.
well,
Mostly
neither.
because I've been a console gamer most of my life. But what I don't understand is they have this subscription model where you get, I understand you get continuous flow of content, but then they have large update packs like expansions, like Cataclysm, things like that. So I don't understand why you have to pay for both.
I don't know either, really.
It just seems a little too much for me, unless you really, really love the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the
Alright.
thing. Like go ahead.
All right, my thing is with it, as somebody who's a very avid anti-MMOer, just because I like paying once for anything, because I'm too cheap usually to buy a single video game, let alone a subscription for it. So, but I understand because it's kind of like the symbol, like going like premium channels on like a cable package or something like say HBO. WoW is like the HBO of video games. You're getting those constant updates of, this new show came out, this new movie came out, but every once in a while they're like, "Hey, here's a free weekend where we're going to release all these movies for you that you don't have to actually go out and rent now, and then we're going to just take that away from you later." And so that's kind of how MMOs are. You're just constantly paying for something that you hope is going to happen, but never really happens for everybody.
Here's my big worry too, is so Elder Scrolls launches $15 a month. I might play the game for 6 months or whatever, and even if I played it for a year, at the end of that year, it's just gonna go free to play. So I've paid for this whole year of content, and it's just gonna go free to play at the end of the day. That's my prediction for it, anyway.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people think, and that's what I think. Just waiting for it to become free to play, and then I'll get it.
Oh yeah, then I'll be all over that shit. Fuck, but I don't think MMOs can really survive anymore. I mean, Star Wars: The Old Republic, was a very promising game. Everybody was looking forward to it. It had a strong story, especially from an MMO, and then the subscription just flopped.
Yeah, I played Star Wars: The Old Republic for quite a while, and I really liked how they laid everything out. And I think since I came into it when it was free to play, and how you had to pay for just a short subscription, I like that better than the idea of paying monthly for a subscription, because it feels better. You still get a lot of really good stuff if you don't pay, and when you do pay, you just get these extra goodies. And that's how I think most MMOs should be.
Personally, that's not... I can understand, it depends on who's making the MMO, but personally, I wouldn't trust any other developer to make a free-to-play MMO and have it balanced for the people who don't want to pay. It's I don't know, you have to pay for an XP buff, or you have to pay for better items or something, and as a result, whoever's paying purely on the free-to-play basis gets completely shit on, and then they no longer want to play.
Very valid point.
I'm the only one, though. Well, then.
That's definitely how it is in some MMOs, though, definitely.
I know, yeah.
I've played a fair few MMOs in my time, and when I've gone on some which have been free-to-play, and I've come across people who have paid for the extra goodies, I look at them and think, "You look awesome! Where did you get that?" Paid for it. Shit.
Yeah, exactly, And it's not that too... It's put as an example to games that have microtransactions in them. I can't... I want to say mobile games, but that doesn't seem fair, because mobile games are their own kind of thing. It's if you buy a game for $60, you have all that content there, and you've played through it. Whereas if you play a free-to-play game and pay the exact same amount of money that you would have paid for a full-price retail game, you don't get as much content out of the free-to-play title, because all they're trying to do is grab money off you, kind of.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how it works out for the Elder Scrolls. I mean, if there was ever an MMO to succeed in that regard, with the subscription model, I think it would be an Elder Scrolls game.
I think it's going to succeed pretty well too, at least for a period of time, because it's a pretty fun game. I know some people have had complaints saying that it's not multiplayer Skyrim, but if you go into an MMO thinking it's going to be multiplayer Skyrim, you're going to be disappointed, because there's stuff that is not going to happen purely as a balancing perspective. People are sad that they can't pickpocket anyone that they see. Well, of course not, because that would just make it unbalanced for everyone. It would seem ridiculous.
Yeah, it's the whole game's a compromise between traditional MMOs and what people expect in the Elder Scrolls series. And from what I've played in the betas that I participated in, they did a very good job of balancing it, because there are two very different styles of games that they need to bring together for the Elder Scrolls Online.
When I was playing the Elder Scrolls Online, I have to say the one thing that I was playing it for a full weekend, And for the first 2 days, I was having loads of fun. I was going, this is awesome. And then me and my friend decided to see what emotes there were. And I typed into Google ESO emotes. And I thought, we'll just see what we can do. I got this massive alphabetical page of, I think it must have been over 100 emotes. And as soon as I saw that and I did all of them, I was just going, I want this so much right now.
Yeah, our work email in our second week, we were just sent a list of all the emotes. So it was pretty fun just going through every single one of them. I still have that list.
Oh, it was so cool. I loved it when two of my friends, I was playing the drums, the other was playing the flute, and the other was playing the lute.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. It's just you get your war party, you get your group together, and then it's like have a motivational musical get together before you tackle a group dungeon.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Loved it. Okay, next topic, or is there more to talk about on this?
No, I think it's a good time to move on to another topic. There's plenty we can talk about. Anything in particular?
Fish, you got anything? I know you do.
Oh, I do. I'm so excited. Okay. So I know that like every single week we've talked about a different headset for virtual reality, but the one I'm super stoked about because it's already out for developers is the Salon Cortex. And the reason why I'm super excited about it is because since they're stepping away from the traditional style where you're plugging into like a normal console, they're using Android market. And so what their development kits are, they're $500 right now, so anyone can get their hands on it if they're a game developer. And it's designed to convert certain games for the phone into virtual reality in any environment. It literally scans the room you're in and builds a level for you to play in your room.
And I have
That's
to say,
pretty cool.
And I'm excited.
The video that I've seen, it looks fucking awesome.
It does. It looks ridiculously awesome. A guy walks into an empty loft and all of a sudden has to start fighting an alien invasion of bugs.
Imagine how funny it would be if you stuck that on your head while you were in the middle of New York and aliens started popping up all around you and all the pedestrians just see you running around with this remote going, get the fuck down!
Right? That is my only serious concern about it is how it will handle outside interference. Like, does it blank things out so you can't really see? Like, is your dog going to run through the room and instantly you're going to, like, have a seizure or something because it's trying to readapt real quick? Or is it just going to, like, you know, just allow it to walk through and you just see this inconspicuous dog, like an NPC, just being like, hey, I'm just going to walk through this alien invasion, no big deal.
I would love it if they could make it, no, they probably won't, but I would love it if they did it so that if a dog did come through, it would scan the dog really quickly, and then when it got halfway across the screen or something, the actual dog itself went out of screen, and it became an animated dog which stood on its hind legs and got a gun with you. It's like, I'm going to help you!
That would be the coolest thing ever. But that's the thing, is that because it's going to be on the Android market, which I'm super excited that it wasn't on the iOS to start off with, but since they're going out to developers, they're not coming out with all these different games pre-selected for it. They're opening it up beforehand to be like, okay, everybody, if you got $500 to blow, you can just boom, sit down, and we'll give you this headset, and you can make the coolest game ever, and let us know if there's any bugs or anything like that, and we'll get it fixed. And we don't have to worry about making games and trying to fix the bugs. We'll fix the bugs with the headsets while you guys figure out what the problems are. And so, like, the idea of it being able to be anything, you know, like you could literally have anything. If you wanted to be a samurai, if you wanted to be a soldier, if you wanted to be Mega Man, like you could do whatever you wanted to do and it would just load in whatever environment you're in.
Real life Fruit Ninja.
We'll all have like we're all going to have a virtual reality room like Abed and Troy and Community.
Yeah.
Right? Well,
a holodeck.
Yeah,
we all have a holodeck.
That it is claiming to be like holodeck style because what it does is it's not just virtual reality, it also does augmented reality. So you can actually have skins that come on over your environment. So like if you're walking towards a wall, you have the goggles on, you touch the wall in the game, you're touching a real wall in your house, you know, you're touching a real wall. So your mind's like, oh, this castle wall is my wall, but it's a castle wall because that's what my mind is seeing. You know, kind of like a phantom limb thing, but it's real.
Yeah, that would be
now.
I can't remember if it was for the Android or for the iOS, but I remember my brother telling me about an app you could get where you'd put headphones in, and it was for a jogging, just general exercise, and it would be like a zombie transmission, and they would tell you that there were zombies down that road, so you had to go down this way, and it would scan the map and everything. It would probably be awkward jogging with it on your head, but I can see how it would be pretty cool if you had something like that, and when they said there's zombies down that road, you look and you actually see them coming.
Right.
That would make you
exactly what
run.
I'm thinking. Oh, yeah.
You'd be like, okay. Wait, Mum? What the fuck? How did you die? I look forward to that.
Yeah, that'd be
right.
good.
Because the Cortex headset, it reminded me of something that Microsoft were talking about closer to the Xbox One's launch, which is basically the Kinect would like scan your room and basically project an image around your TV that would extend your TV's display.
Oh, I remember that.
I remember that.
Yeah, and that's when I heard about the when I heard about the Cortex, like I don't actually know much about it, but when I heard about it and the fact that it's just going to project images into your living space, it just reminded me straight away of the Kinect thing.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. I'd forgotten about that, but it seems like something that's so far off because to get the projectors would be expensive and all that.
Plus, I can't find anything on the internet about it anymore, so I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of swept under the rug.
Maybe it fell short. Like.
Probably because of all the people that get mad at the Kinect when they're just trying to watch Netflix and Hulu, that they don't want actually something that scans their room and knows where they're sitting at and trying to project like craziness onto your walls.
Yeah.
Probably just have enough to deal with.
People trolling others with the Xbox user IDs that say Xbox off or Xbox whatever. Do you know those? Have you ever seen those videos on YouTube? It's basically someone has a gamer tag that causes people to shout at them. So it's like they start trolling people online. So this one guy, he has a gamer tag that says Xbox off. So people start giving out and shouting, Xbox off is doing this. And because they just said Xbox off, their console turns on.
Yeah, I remember that. Oh, it was so funny.
It's pretty hilarious.
Oh, I love that.
So beautiful.
Yeah, it's clever. I know some other people had like Skype and those kind of gamer tags.
I think that's pretty much all there is to talk about the Cortex, isn't it? There's not much information on it at the moment.
Not a lot, but it looks super sexy, and I'm super excited by it just because it's not going to... Because they're honestly believing that once it gets fully developed, because they're having so many game developers working on it as opposed to them just making everything, they're predicting that at launch that it's going to be around $100 American. So
that's cheap.
Yeah, and because you're already going to be spending a ridiculous amount of money on your phone or whatever. So if you're going to be spending $500 on a new smartphone for this thing, they don't want you to spend that much money on a peripheral that might not be compatible with everything.
That makes sense. How about we talk about Goat Simulator, because that's some pretty big news.
Yes!
I cannot wait for this game. And I can't believe that I can't wait for this game.
When I first heard about it, when my friend told me about it months ago, I thought, they're making a really? That's going to be the most boring game ever. He sent me a link and I watched the trailer. And my face molded from this is going to be boring too. I'm now high on crack due to what I've just seen. I want this game so badly. It looks so stupid.
Hilarious.
Points to get across about Goat Simulator. 1, it's a parody of every other simulator genre of video game. 2, it started out as a tech demo testing Coffee Stain's new engine. It wasn't supposed to be a game. It was just a demo.
And then everybody just loved it, and they're like, maybe we should make a game.
Yeah, that's the power of the internet at work, really.
Oh, it's just so beautiful.
This game is going to be so huge, and I think this game is going to be like a thing for many, many years to come. It's going to carry on like Gary's Mod or something like that has.
That just depends on how big the workshop community is about it. But yeah, if I think the base game as it is, it's gonna be interesting for about 2 weeks, and then it's gonna die down unless community-built mods just bring it back up again.
People are doing their best to make a multiplayer mod for it at the moment.
I'd say it's going to be as hectic as the Just Cause 2 multiplayer mod.
Oh, it really will, because they said the people who made the game themselves specifically said that there won't be a multiplayer because they're using physics, and if they were to put multiplayer into it, they'd have to remove like 90% of the physics. So the people who are trying to make the mods must have a lot to do.
Oh, well, like the Just Cause 2 multiplayer mod took forever because of how complicated Just Cause 2 is.
And it's still terrible.
The mod is okay.
It's not terrible. It's playable and it's fun, but it's really buggy.
Well, it's not supposed to like be good. It's the same with Goat Simulator. It's going to be buggy as hell when it launches, but
isn't that like a feature list on its Steam page?
The feature
millions
list
of bugs, and we're not getting rid of any. So
yeah, the bugs are what make it amazing.
Yeah. Makes it all that more interesting. They're not bugs, they're features. What are you talking about?
Exactly. Some of
I don't know, the trailer to me looks almost like Grand Theft Auto meets Angry Birds. Like, that's really what it felt like, except for you're a goat.
And then one of the trailers, the launch trailer, is also a parody of Dead Island's trailer, where the little girl jumps out the window or gets thrown out the window.
Yeah, and you don't like remember reverse sad music.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, can't wait for Goat Simulator. Really hope it gets a multiplayer mod as soon as possible.
Definitely gonna try and get it. So that's Goat Simulator done as well.
Yeah, that's about all we can say about Goat Simulator. There's still a lot to talk about.
Alright, so I don't want to talk about games for just a second because I need honest opinions because I'm having a nerd panic attack. They've officially released trailer for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Michael Bay edition.
Oh yeah!
Please kill me now.
All right.
Okay, I am excited because although it's Michael Bay, so you know it's going to have completely unnecessary action sequences. Like when there's, I don't know why, but in the trailer they actually show them on a mountain covered in snow, and they do like a whip thing, and they like smash into a car, and I'm like, what are turtles doing on a mountain? But the dialogue in the background where you can hear the turtles talking to each other reminds me of old school 90s Ninja Turtles, you know, late 80s, early 90s cartoon, you know? Mm-hmm. And it goes in, and like at the very end of it, like I just love it, you know, even though I hate Megan Fox, she's a terrible actress, and she doesn't look like April O'Neil. They didn't even dye her hair. They didn't do anything. But she's a huge fangirl. Like when she started doing Transformers, she asked Michael Bay, even though she despises him as a human being, she asked to be April O'Neil in the Turtles movies. So she might actually try hard. That being said, when it gets to the very end, like she's all freaking out, and Michelangelo pops in, like, whoa, calm down. It's just a mask. And he takes off his little ninja cowl, and he's still a turtle face, and he's like, see, it's just a mask. And she passes out, and I'm like, that is so perfect, Michelangelo. I might be able to watch this movie.
When I saw that last bit where he took the mask off, I don't know why. It took me a couple rewatches to figure out who it reminded me of. But when I saw his face, and then without the mask and the way he was talking, I instantly thought of Vaas from Far Cry 3. He just looked insane for some reason.
Be fair, Michelangelo is pretty nuts in comparison to the other three turtles.
Yeah.
See, I'm not a long time Ninja Turtles fan. In fact, I would hardly call myself a fan. I like them, I guess. So I'm not offended or appalled by what Michael Bay is doing. Everybody made a big deal about how the turtles look, but then I thought, how would you do it? Like, basically CGI is the only way. I remember that old 90s movie when it was they were like a costume or something. It was terrible. You know. I think they look about as good as they can look.
Yeah, they look.
I think they looked gorgeous.
When I first saw it, I did think to myself when I saw the first picture a while ago, I thought, they look a bit wrong. But when I saw the trailer and saw how they looked, then I thought they look really good.
I read a lot of online reaction like, oh, Michael Bay fucking up how they look and stuff like that.
I'm not one to complain about a product while it's still being made.
Right, I agree wholeheartedly.
That's a good point,
I despise Michael Bay. I hate Michael Bay more than anything in this world. Like he's as long as there's not a gratuitous battleship and/or a car exploding by being cut in half on a freeway, I'll be okay because I'm tired of seeing the same stock footage in every single movie he does. As long as they don't do that, I'll be okay with whatever happens.
I bet you there is going to at least be a car that's cut in half on a motorway.
Isn't there an achievement in Goat Simulator called the Michael Bay?
Yes, there is.
Yeah, there is.
Just to tie it all in together.
Blow up a petrol station, and you get the Michael Bay achievement.
That's funny because that's actually what the trailer is for. The most recent trailer for Goat Simulator is like the reverse play of them exploding the gas station. Oh.
Yeah.
I knew it was relevant.
Can't wait for that game.
Exactly.
We've also got. Are we allowed to deviate from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles now?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, we can leave Turtles. I just wanted to get that out there and needed to get it off my chest because it hurt my soul. So now we can talk about anything else.
Amazon
console, set-top box.
Yes. They're doing it in a bid to beat Apple, apparently.
Well, we'll see what it is. See, my prediction, I think it's going to have to be an Android console. I think it's going to be similar to the Ouya. Ouya, which may or may not be a good thing.
Well, isn't like the Ouya's software, the like operating software that the Ouya runs on, is now publicly available, so you can have it like on whatever hardware you want.
Is it? I didn't hear about that.
I'm pretty sure it is. Do you know Mad Cats are actually running the Ouya's software on their own. Mad Cats are releasing their own Android console, and they're actually using the Ouya's software on it.
Oh, see, I knew they were releasing an Android console. I didn't know they were running the exact same software as Ouya.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, I think so.
Or it runs an instance of it so that they can access the Ouya's game store or something like that.
Okay.
I like that. And let's see if we can find here when it's supposed to come out. When was this? When was this article right here published? When was this published? I don't know! Oh, wait. Published 27th. Okay, 27th of March. That was last Thursday just gone. So apparently this coming week.
It's Amazon. April 2nd is when they're...
Yeah, that's what I've seen.
Oh, there you go. Well, in that case... Oh. I didn't have to look at that then, did I?
The controller looks really uncomfortable though. It looks bulky, and the analog stick.
Bulky.
It looks like it ripped the analog sticks straight from a 360.
Yeah, it looks like a really old 360 thumbstick, even with those 4 dots that are on it. We'll see how it is. So I wonder if it's just going to be like a straight Android box, or if they're going to have their own games for it. You know, like exclusive titles.
Exclusive titles?
I doubt exclusive titles are going to be there. Well, exclusive in the sense that they'll be on the Android as in they'll be in the Android market. Yes. But otherwise, I don't know.
It'd be interesting to see if
I mean, I doubt it, but I mean, the potential's there.
What has everyone been playing this week?
I've been playing quite a bit.
There are just complete silence for a minute.
Yeah, I've been playing Titanfall, Battlefield 4, and Thomas Was Alone. 3 games I've really been enjoying.
And Riot, what have you been playing?
Street Fighter 4.
Ooh.
I'm terrible at it. I've also been playing Strike Suit Zero, which is an indie game that involves spaceships, and your spaceship can transform into a mech and shoot millions of missiles. It's pretty fun until you get to the final level of the game. Which it does basically... no. Hang on. Keep talking amongst yourself.
Okay, there we go. Fish, what have you been playing?
Well, I'm not a cool kid playing all these new stuff, but lately I've actually been playing back and forth, depending on if it's me or with the kiddo. I've been playing Buffy the Vampire Slayer for the Xbox. And then because I'm a sucker for Buffy Summers, I don't know why, but the fact that you get to spend about 90% of that game staring at her ass while she's running through the hallways is pretty good. But other than that, with the kiddo, we've been trying to marathon through the X-Men Legends series because like they are like the best games ever for a kid to start learning how to, you know, ration healing. So, and they're superheroes, so like, you know, she gets the fun of jumping around as Iceman or Cyclops and falling off a cliff and then having to wait a half an hour for me to get to the next, you know, continue point so that she can respawn her character. But yeah, so it's pretty interesting having to deal with that because, you know, 7-year-olds don't necessarily have a lot of patience when it comes to waiting for them to come back into a game. They're normally used to, like, you know, Donkey Kong or something where they fall off a cliff and then you die because, you know, the game glitched. And so then it's like, oh, we're both back. And it's like, nope, I'm actually a good player. So you're just going to have to wait until I get to a respawn point.
On top of that...
Sounds good.
What?
Did I leave for a little bit?
No, just everyone... Suddenly everyone started talking and then it just went silent.
Oh. Everyone get their games out? How about we talk about the new NVIDIA graphics card? Anyone hear about that?
Yes, the Titan Z. 12 gigabytes of memory in it.
I can't even fathom what that can do.
You would never utilize that much memory. You would only need one to play any game, maybe for the next decade? On Ultra.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe in the next decade.
But still, 12 gigs of fucking... You don't need that much. That's just so much memory and so much power in it.
PC gaming is all about, like, overkill. Like,
yeah.
I mean, you don't need, like, I got this fucking gaming PC last week, and it came with 16 gigabytes of RAM.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. Like, I'll never need more than 10, ever.
Do you want to pass me 8, then?
Actually,
I know,
the
I
other
was
thing
thinking the
is,
same thing.
I took pieces out of my old computer, and I've got 8 gigabytes of RAM in my top drawer I have nothing to do with.
Are they 1333 megahertz?
Man, I don't even know. I got them from, like, a crappy pre-built, so... I doubt it.
Oh, no. I want to steal that from you now. Yeah, it's gonna be sold for $2,999, and I think £1,499. So it's pretty costly.
Yeah, it's $3,000 US. It's ridiculous.
It's way too much money to be spending on a computer. Well, I say that. There's loads of things that you can do with a computer. My friend put together a computer build which cost $54,000.
Sorry, $54,000? How do you spend that much on a computer?
Oh no, he didn't spend it. He just put it together.
Oh, for who? Like Bill Gates or?
No. He went onto a website and he chose each part. He didn't buy it. He just put the parts on the list.
They just had fun with it and came up with $54,000 worth of computer awesomeness.
Yeah, he basically went for one that is beefy and powerful, but at the same time still works. And I think it had like 18 fans. Everything was water cooled. 4 NVIDIA Titan Black 6 gigabytes. 6 monitors. Ugh.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That you would be fine. You'd just be set with that. You wouldn't need to do anything. I saw a motherboard.
And that many fans, your room would be cool.
Yeah. I saw a motherboard the other day, and the highest I've ever seen a motherboard be able to take in terms of RAM is 64 gigs. I saw one the other day which maximum RAM capacity was 124, I think. 128.
That's just so overkill, because you couldn't even run a program that would utilize anywhere close to that.
You couldn't even run a program that would utilize anywhere near like 6. Well, you might be able to one that would run near 16. 32, I think, is the optimum RAM capacity for anyone who's going to be doing some really top quality recording or anything like that. If you're going to be playing games, you're safe with about 8 or 12.
Yeah, 8 or 12. Like I said, I don't think I'd need more than 10, but like 12 gigabytes is, But I mean, 16, which I have, I think it's ridiculous overkill. I don't need it, but I got it anyway.
I would love to have 16. It would just make everything so much nicer and smoother.
Yeah, this computer runs nice and smooth.
Oh, I want to take your computer now.
Well, the graphics card it's pretty good, but like I definitely my RAM exceeds the quality of my graphics card. I've got an Asus GTX 660 Ti, and it's pretty good.
I've got the EVGA GTX 770.
Okay, so you're a little above me in the graphics card department.
Only a little.
Yeah. Still though, I mean, I've been playing Titanfall, and it's I probably about between 50 and 60 frames. Dips a bit when I record gameplay though.
So long as it never dips below 30, I think you should be all right.
Oh yeah, I mean anything above 30 is playable.
I've been playing Battlefield 4 Rust because I like Rust, and I've also been playing some Chivalry and Takedown Red Saber.
Takedown what?
Takedown Red Saber.
Okay.
I
don't think I've heard of that game.
It's an interesting game. I think you're a SWAT team essentially, or you're a team of law enforcers pretty much, and you have to go in and you either have to be stealthy and take out everyone quietly, or you have to go in guns blazing and wipe the place as fast as possible and disarm a bomb. And I think I'm not sure, I can't remember. It's sort of realistic in terms of if you get shot just a couple of times, you go down.
Okay, kind of sounds like Payday, except you're the cops.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit?
That's actually a really accurate description of it.
I see. Well, maybe that's enough about graphics cards. Now, I'd just like to get this out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you who are curious, we are not sponsored by PlayStation. But at this point, I would like to discuss something that is about PlayStation. So if that's okay with everybody in the chat here, and just talk about PlayStation a bit. The Last of Us may be coming to PlayStation 4. Maybe.
Nice.
Any of you guys read the article or hear about that?
No, I pretty much figured that it would be coming to PlayStation 4, but I haven't read any articles on it.
Yeah, all right, so I'll sum it up. Basically, one guy who works for Sony claimed that it is coming to PlayStation 4 when he was being interviewed or whatever, and then Sony themselves said, oh no, that's not true, that, don't listen to him. So, seems like he jumped the gun a bit, but at this point, nobody's really sure if he jumped the gun and announced it too early, or if he was just plain wrong. Myself, I don't think it would do that well, especially seeing as how they're working on PlayStation Now, and one of their the big game that is a part of PlayStation Now is The Last of Us. So it seems like mixed marketing, because they have The Last of Us being able to stream through PlayStation Now, and also what appears to be a full retail copy of The Last of Us coming to PlayStation 4. So they seem to cancel each other out.
A smidgen.
Sorry?
I said a smidgen. A little.
Oh, yeah. Little, yeah. Well, we'll see in time if they... maybe they'll announce something at E3.
I would love to get one of these current gen consoles, but I don't have the money. I'm still sat here with an Xbox 360 and a PlayStation 3.
One of these current gen consoles. No preference between Xbox One or PlayStation 4, because we are not sponsored here on the TSAG podcast.
But that's not the reason at all. It's just because I don't care. They both have good games. Like, I would get a PlayStation 4 for Infamous Second Son, and I would get an Xbox One for Halo 5.
Yes. Here's something. Actually, a local game and video renting store is going out of business. So on Monday, they're selling off all of their stuff cheap. I'm going to run in there and try and buy Infamous Second Son bottom dollar. Just see what I can get it for.
I like that. If only some place here started closing down and they were selling an Xbox One for like £100.
If only people would fail as a corporation, I could reap all the benefits.
Why can't businessmen suck?
I can't wait for this small family-run business to fail so I can buy all their shit for cheap.
It'd be like
That's great.
GTA 5. Make
Sorry,
it go
your
down the
Christmas
drain
sucks.
yourself. Pay someone to assassinate the guy who's leading the corporation.
Mm.
I don't know why, but in my brain, because we just said this small family-run business, and then I said the man who's the head of the corporation, I thought of everyone in the corporation just being one big incestual family.
That's a dark place to go.
I don't even know why. I just thought it. Just like everyone here is one big family. Yay!
Yay, indeed. Well, now that we're talking about incest and I'm out of topics. Is there anything else you guys wanted to talk about today?
Oh, I thought you were about to actually discuss incest. I was worried for a second.
No, I'm trying to get away from it.
Right. No gratuitous Game of Thrones references.
Oh.
Which, April 6th, very soon, new Game of Thrones.
Whoop whoop.
I look forward to that.
Oh, that reminds me, I gotta book the day off so I can actually watch it.
Right. Incest or not, the mother of dragons is super sexy.
Oh, yeah.
Just saying.
I like her. Does anyone have any other topics to talk about?
I don't.
We've discussed a lot already.
Talked about a lot. I think we've been going for about 40 minutes now.
Yep. You're really
Is it
good
like
at
that?
guessing times. 41 minutes and 45 seconds.
Yeah, let's go with guess. No, I have a timer going just for my own curiosity.
You cheater!
You're a phony! A big fat phony!
Now, I had a little idea.
Okay, go ahead.
For the end of the podcasts, we could give a weather report for the upcoming week.
A weather report.
Why not? I don't see why we can't do that.
Well, elaborate.
Because we're all over the world.
Yeah,
No,
I mean...
specifically give the weather for the UK and then give the weather for the US for the upcoming week.
I don't live in the US. Stop generalizing.
Where do you live?
Champ Chump is
You
in
live
Canada.
I live in Canada.
Well, then we'll see if we can find the Canada weather.
Here's what it is, because even when I've gone to England a few times, and even my grandfather says, "Oh, how is it in America?" You guys just generalize us, and that's okay. But think of it like this: it's the difference. It's like if I called you Scottish. It's like if I said English and Scottish are the same thing.
It's like if you said Irish and Northern Irish was the same thing. Also, I'm back.
There we go.
Hey guys.
Oh, hey, Riot.
Oh, welcome. You've been gone for a very long time. We're about to end.
I think we're wrapping up.
I
We're-
kind
we're-
of figured.
What's the weather like in Ireland, real quick?
Raining. As per
Okay,
usual.
as per usual. It's snowing in Canada, as per usual.
But you can't say that English and Scottish sound alike because we sound nothing alike. And there are small differences that I've heard through my other 6 Canadian friends between the Canadian accent and the American accent. If I get really confused.
It's not about the sound. It's different cultural identities. And
I don't
generalizing
recognize
them
the
in one
cultural
group.
identities through a microphone.
Well, as just a general
fine
idea,
then,
I don't say
Mr.
a booth.
Scottish tinker. Or Irish. You're all the same. Maybe you're Welsh. I don't know.
I am French. Thank you.
Maybe I'm. Yeah, I was just about to say that. Maybe I'm French.
All right. Well, I think that's about it for gaming discussion on the TSAG podcast this week.
If this makes
Anything
you
else
any
you guys wanna
happier,
add in?
if this makes you any happier, Champ Chump, I did find a weather forecast for the upcoming week for Canada.
Okay.
So can we now?
part of Canada?
Is this now a good idea to
All
give
of
the weather for
Canada.
all 3?
Well, I don't know about good idea, but it's an idea, so we might as well stick to it.
We'll do it this once. We'll see how people like it, shall we?
All right. So let us
Going to
know
be
how you like the
sunny.
weather report.
Let's start with the UK. Today it's supposed to be sunny and pretty warm, which it actually is, which is a surprise. And then on Tuesday, it is supposed to be exactly the same. It's the same all the way up until Friday, pretty much, and then it's supposed to be raining. Saturday is supposed to be sunny, and Sunday is supposed to be wet. Now, for Canada, let's do Canada. sun tomorrow, rain on Tuesday, sun on Wednesday, nothing on Thursday, nothing on Friday but clouds, rain on Saturday, and sun on Sunday. I get the feeling that's going to be quite inaccurate.
Yep, I'm looking at mine. I've got like freezing rain and snow throughout the week.
Yeah, that's pretty inaccurate.
Wrong part of Canada,
I'd say. What about you, Fish? How's it down in the States?
How is it for you today, specifically?
Well, today specifically, it's partially cloudy with a chance of rain, because I can smell it in the air because I podcast outside because I have a family. And but other than that, it's actually supposed to be really nice. We're supposed to actually turn into spring, so we should have sun with little bits of rain here and there all week long. Slight overcast most of the time, just because there's lots of wind. Wind sucks, especially in my part of the country, because up in Washington we have lots and lots of open fields. Not quite like as bad as like Kansas or those places over there in the breadbasket, but nice. I like it. I'm not actually going to look up a report on the internet or anything like that, because
I think
you're
actually really specific with what I'm seeing here. It says that today is supposed to be kind of rainy, and then throughout the week it's meant to be sunny, apart from Thursday to Saturday, which is meant to be a bit cloudy with some rain.
So my accurate forecast, 100% accurate, without actually looking on the internet. Thank you for knowing where I live.
Yay!
All right, well, how about we end it there? I guess thanks for listening to the TSAG podcast. Don't forget to check out the Facebook page, and we have the website, tsag.co.uk. Some good stuff going up there. I'm Champ Chump.
And I'm Professor Tinker. Come
Mr.
on!
Fish.
There you go.
This is our outro.
Awkward silence. I'm Riot. I missed most of the podcast. Oh well.
All right, great. Thanks a lot, guys.
This went so well.
All right, is that the recording?
No, we're about to end it. Goodbye. Everyone say goodbye now.
Goodbye. Sponsored by Microsoft.
Sponsored by Sony.